Good morning, everyone. My name is Aisya Temi Febrela, and I am delighted to be here today to talk to you about semantics in linguistics. Today, I will be presenting on 5 points, namely what is semantics, basic principles in semantics, features of semantics, types in semantics, and words and meaning in semantics. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, now we are here in the first discussion, which is what is semantics? Well, here we can see that in linguistics, semantics refers to the study of the meaning of language. It focuses on how words, phrases, and sentences convey meaning and how context affects interpretation. I will give you an example, for example, of the words dog and cat. So we know that these two words refer to animals, but they certainly have different meanings and evoke different mental images. So, in summary, we can say that the key of semantics is the study of the meaning of language. Now, let's turn to the next slide. Here we can see that there are 5 parts of the basic principles of semantics. The first one is compositionality, defined by the meanings of each species. This means that compositionality is the principle that the meaning of a complex expression is determined by the meanings of its parts and the way they are combined. The second one is context, the setting in which a word or expression is used. Context is the set of circumstances or facts that surround a particular event or situation and which can help explain it. In semantics, context plays an important role in determining the meaning of a word or phrase. The meaning of an expression can change depending on the context in which it is used. The third one is entailment, interaction between two sentences. Entailment is a relationship between two sentences where the truth of one sentence logically guarantees the truth of the other sentence. For example, Shelley passed the exam. That means that Shelley took the exam. Entailment is an important concept in semantics and is related to sentence meaning. The fourth one is reference, the thing that the expression refers to. Reference is the relationship between a word or phrase and the entity in the word it symbolizes. For example, the word cat refers to the animal we know as a cat. The last one is sense. Expression meanings separates from its reference. Sense refers to the way an expression conveys meaning. This relates to the way the word or phrase is understood by speakers of a language. Now let's move to the next slide, which is semantic features. Semantic feature is a word meaning decoding feature that can explain how certain words relate to other words. Semantic features are part of the meaning of words and sentences. So, in summary, feature semantics is a part of semantics, which is a strategy to help students understand the meaning of words. In the semantic feature, there are two analysis procedures, namely horizontal and vertical. These two procedures are called paradigmatic relation. Let's move to the next slide. Well, here is an example of feature analysis. As I mentioned before, there are two procedures for the analysis, namely horizontal and vertical. Horizontal means a word that has similarities, has an equivalent meaning compared. It can be seen from the analysis table, which is an example of animate. When analyzed horizontally, the blue check marks are the words cow, girl, woman, boy, and man. Why is table not checked blue? Because we already know that table is not included in animate. Then here is the human section. The ones checked are girl, woman, boy, and man. Then male, which is checks are boy and man. And the last is adult, which is text is co, woman, and man. Now we move on to the second procedures, the particle procedure. The particle procedure is a set of specific different meanings compared to more general meanings. We can see it again in this table analysis. The word table here does not have a check mark when viewed vertically. This is because the word table is not included in animate, human, male, or adult. Then here we can see the word co against two check marks for co. Co is animate and adult. So the example goes on. Okay, now let's moving on the types of semantics. Well, there are three types of semantics, which is formal, lexical, and conceptual. First, formal semantics. Formal semantics is a type of semantics that studies the logical aspects of meaning, that uses mathematical and logical tools to study the meaning of language. Formal semantics focuses on the precise meaning of words and phrases in a context and how they combine to produce meaning. Second one is lexical semantics. Lexical semantics is a type of semantics that studies word meanings and word relationship. It involves analyzing the meanings of different words and how they relate to each other. Lexical semantics is concerned with understanding how individual words and phrases contribute to overall meaning of sentence or discourse. The last one is conceptual semantics. Conceptual semantics is a type of semantics that studies cognitive meaning structures. This means that the most basic concept and form of a word before our thought and feelings add context to it. Conceptual semantics often open the door to talk about connotation and denotation. Okay, now we move to the last discussion, which is word and meaning in semantics. Well, here first there is denotation and connotation. So denotation is the literal meaning of a word or the literal definition of a word, while connotation is the emotional meaning that is not explicitly mentioned in the dictionary definition. For example, the word home has a denotation of a place where someone lives, but its connotation include warmth, comfort, and family. The second is synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms are words that have similar meanings, while antonyms are words that have opposite meanings. For example, the words hot and warm are synonyms, while hot and cold are antonyms. The third is polysemy. Polysemy refers to words that have multiple related meanings. For example, the word run, which can mean to move quickly, to operate a machine, or to be to be a candidate in election. The fourth is homophones. Homophones are words that sound the same but have different meanings. For example, the words flour and flour, where these two words have the same sounds. Flour means the powder used for baking, and another flowers mean the part of a plant. The fifth is hyponymy and hypernym. Hyponymy is a hierarchical relationship between words where one word, hyponym, is more specific than another word, hypernym. For example, apple is a hyponym of fruit, and fruit is hypernym of apple. The sixth is meronymy. Meronymy is a relationship between words where one word represents a part of another word. For example, the relationship between finger and hand, where finger is a part of hand, and therefore finger is a meronym of hand. The seventh is homonyms. Homonyms are words that sound the same and are spelled the same but have different meanings. For example, bank can mean financial institution or riverbank. And the last is figurative language. In semantics, we also study of how language is used figuratively to produce meaning. An example of this is the phrase "time is money," which produces the meaning, the importance of time as a valuable resource. So, that is the end of my presentation. I would like to summarize by saying that the study of semantics in linguistics is essential for us to understand how meanings is constructed and interpreted in language. As a language students, a deeper understanding of semantics can improve our ability to communicate effectively and interpret the meaning of linguistic expression. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation has given you insight to all of you. Good morning.